So today I'm going to show you how I fix a broken nail. I have a split on my nail here, which is a recurring split. Every time my nail grows a little bit, it tends to split here. I don't know why. I think I must have damaged the matrix of my nail, which grows from here, when I had acrylic nails a long time ago. So I'm going to do a silk wrap and super glue repair. This is silk wrap, and it comes on a long strip like this, with a self-adhesive backing to it, which I find is a lot easier to use than the tea bag method, because it's sticky on the back. So once you've placed it onto your nail, it sticks there by itself while you apply the super glue. With the tea bag method, you would apply some nail glue or super glue onto the nail first, and then a piece of tea bag, and then glue on the top of that. But I find it a bit awkward because it moves around a little bit, whereas the silk wrap is a lot firmer, and I find it creates a stronger bond. So I need to cut a small piece, and then I need to just check, is that about the right size? Yes, because I want a decent amount of the silk wrap each side of the split, so it protects it. So I should take it down to about there. So what you need to do now is to take the back off, which is a bit tricky, but I just tear it slightly like this, and then you can peel it off more easily. I simply lay it on a bit further down than the actual split, and you can take it off and lay it down again, and then smooth it out so that there's no ripples in it. Now I'll leave the edge here, because when you put the super glue on, you want it to come further than the nail, so that it attaches really well on the top of the nail. Now I found with experience that super glue is better than nail glue. It's a lot stronger. This is just a cheap super glue from a budget store that I buy here where I live, and I find this is the best one. It's really strong and it works the best. And I just apply a little blob, and then just move it around a bit so that it covers the silk wrap and a little bit more as well onto the nail, making sure that you saturate the silk wrap past the nail like so. And then we need to leave that to dry. So that's now touch dry. So what I shall now do is add another coat on the top. And now I shall take an orange stick and just disperse it slightly onto the nail of it. That makes it easier to file down, so you don't have a big lump. Now I shall let that dry. Now I do have a very slight crack coming on the side here. So what I shall do, I don't really need a wrap on that. I should just put a little dab of super glue there, and that should be enough to stop that getting any worse. Okay, that's now dry to the touch. So now it's time to do a little bit of filing. So I shall start with just filing the edge to get this off. Now what I tend to do is just to bend over the silk wrap and file it from the edge that way. And then I shall shape it following the shape that I had originally. So now I need to file the top here, and this is a 180 grit sponge buffer file, which I shall start off with, and this is slightly a lot finer one, maybe a 200, 220 grit emery board, and then there's my buffer, which is 1000 grit. Finally, it's a very fine buffer to buff off the edge, buff off the very top. So I shall start with this. And most of the filing needs to be done on where the silk wrap is, but just very gently. You don't want to over file it. You just need to get all the rough bits of glue off so it's nice and smooth. And then on this bit where there's a little bit of glue on just onto the nail, I just need to buff that bit off so that I've got a smooth transition and there's not a big lump here from the nail without the wrap on it to the nail with the wrap on it. Okay, now I shall start with a slightly finer file.
And it helps to use a circular motion as well as a straight motion. And just keep feeling it to see if it's smooth and where you need to pay attention to it.
And then finally the buffer. Yeah, that's pretty smooth. This is where I put a little bit of glue, and I shall just buff that off. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, just for added security and give it that bit more strength, I'm going to do one more coat of the super glue. There, that's done. That's nice and smooth. A nice strong fix there. You can't see the crack at all, or feel it. No one would know. So I hope you found this video helpful. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.